Welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A Mondays with Melanie show. I am your host, Ken Nichols, and I'm here tonight with Melanie Nichols. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl experts anywhere in the world. She is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products. And this is episode 108 for those of you who are counting. And it is the Acronyms Show Part 2, which won't take up a whole lot of the show. I got through almost all of them on last week's show. Got through almost all of them, but not the complete list. So we'll finish that up today. We've got a product review, and then we'll go into your questions. Are we going to do live questions tonight? No, but maybe next week.
Told you not to hold your breath.
Don't hold your breath. Well, we did 1 week. We got 1 week in, so we'll do that. So, how was your week at the salon, Melanie? How are you?
Good, good.
Good.
It was busy, very busy. Well, there's been a lot of people sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot going around, but luckily I've been good. And we
Mm-hmm.
had a busy week, and we had some uh, really cute young girls that came in for some curly cuts, so that was fun.
When you say young girls, how young is young?
Young. We had I think one was, they might have both been four, like three and
Oh,
four, like their
young,
first
young.
haircuts. Yeah, like their first
Yeah. Don't get
haircuts.
all excited, Rhett.
Yeah, not that young. I mean,
Not that
not
old.
that old.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. You are married.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so and one of them, she had a meltdown, but she recovered, so that was good because I thought I actually said, okay, haircut's over,
Was
you
she in her
know.
40s?
Yeah. hmm Yeah, we've had that happen once. That was about color, but that's a
Mm.
whole nother story. And then she was fine. I don't know. The mom bribed her with candy, and it worked because sometimes it doesn't work. And then
Yeah,
she
because
was
sugar
good.
is always great for
Yeah,
settling kids down.
yeah. And then the other girl was just, oh my gosh, an angel. I mean, I forgot if she was three or four, but she was there for hours because the mom got her hair cut and colored, and she just sat up front. She colored in her coloring book. She just
I saw
watched
her.
sometimes.
I
Did you
saw
see?
I saw the pictures of her
Yeah, in her
that
little
you guys had
tutu. Well, they
posted.
both came in tutus, and I was disappointed I didn't wear my tutu, but
Mm-hmm.
I got some fashion ideas because the girl in the pink tutu had little leopard leggings, and I thought, huh,
Uh-huh.
think I'm gonna get me some of those.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Ask Kimmy
but
if she has some spares.
yeah, Kimmy, I wouldn't fit in Kimmy's. Kimmy probably wears the same size as the
As the
4-year-old.
4-year-old. Oh, we love Kimmy. Oh boy. Well, that's
Anyway, yeah,
so
so we
that's
had a
it.
good week.
Well, that's good. Wonderful. All right. Well, let's get into things. Oh, I have to. Today is also an Ask Me Anything show, which
What?
yeah, I'll bet you guys are really disappointed that I didn't do live questions. Who didn't get your Ask Me Anything questions in today? So we have a couple.
Oh,
We might do it again next week. If we can do live Q&A next week, we'll do that. So, um, yeah, if we can do live Q&A, we'll do Ask Me Anything.
hmm.
So for those of you who are watching here tonight, because we do this as a podcast and a video show, um, most people watch us in the Curly Girls support group on Facebook. That is a 61,000 member support group for ladies and some men, couple who can behave, with curly hair. It's a great support group. A lot of our staff hangs out in there, along with our YouTube channel, which is the Curly Hair Q&A YouTube channel. Twitter, at Raw Hair Organics through Periscope. Those are our video channels. Instagram, at Raw Curls. You guys are watching us live. Wave to Instagram.
Hi,
Hey,
Instagram. Thanks for joining
thanks
us.
for joining us. As always, you guys hang out. Hey, and while I'm thinking of it, yeah, if you guys like that we broadcast live on Instagram, give us a bunch of hearts and thumbs up. Otherwise, if Rhett has his way, you guys are getting a can.
Mm,
He's going to get rid of you guys. See, I'm going to throw it all on Rhett's
no,
shoulders
no.
because he's sick and can't defend
Boo.
himself.
Yeah. I vote to keep it. But you get my vote, Instagram.
For me, it's no big deal. It's up to, well, whatever. But anyway, if you guys like it, he's got a good point, though, because if you guys like it and you watch it, then we'll keep it. But if nobody likes it, nobody's watching it on Instagram anyway, then
There's
we
lots of
won't do
people
it.
watching. Oh, he's
Rec his own show that he
trying to
wants
get
to cancel.
brownie points. Oh gosh. This is
Oh.
like the Academy Awards you're going on.
Right. Can I go into a political rant about something nobody?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Uh, nobody asked about. Nobody asked me about. Also, if you're listening to us on podcast or you'd like to hear us on podcast, tomorrow morning, which is Tuesday morning, about 5 or 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, it goes live on the Curly Hair Q&A Mondays with Melanie podcast. You can just tell your smart speaker that, just like I said it. Play me the latest episode of the Curly Hair Q&A Mondays with Melanie show, and it will play. And it's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Spotify. Why do I always forget that? Spotify and everywhere else that you consume podcasts. So
Is that what it's called now? A smart speaker?
it's
Or
called a
did you make
smart.
that up?
That's what NPR calls it. They call it smart speaker.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, that's where I got it from.
Oh, okay.
You know, and they're hip, so
Got it.
I guess.
Now
All
I know
right.
the lingo.
Now you know the lingo, dude.
Hmm.
Dudette.
I don't think they use that word.
Dudette. Dude. I
Dude
still
or
use dude.
dudette.
I still use dude.
That's like
All the
from
time.
that's
1983.
yeah, that's from the 80s.
Probably. That's why I do it. Never grew up. Anyway, okay, all right. Let's get into product review. So, what product are you going to review this week?
So, this will be interesting. We're going to get into the whole CBD conversation. Yep,
Ah.
we're going
Okay.
there.
We're going there.
there. I was going to bring a marijuana plant with me just for fun.
Where would you get that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's actually a hemp plant. So, first of all, and that's what I wanted to talk about because even I needed to do some more research and get a clearer understanding because there's now so much talk about CBDs and hemp, and so it's getting kind of confusing. You know, what exactly is it? What's the difference? And so I wanted to share with you first before we get into the product because it is a hair product that has CBD in it.
We did have that question a
Yeah.
couple of months back, maybe 2 months ago, beginning of the year. We had that question come into the show where someone asked, "Why aren't we putting CBD oil in our raw curls, curly hair products? And are we, if not, are we planning on it in the future?" So that question did come up.
Mm. Yeah, we've talked about it. We talked about it a long time ago, but we just haven't. No real reason. No real
No,
reason. We
no.
just didn't,
And I have a longtime friend, a dudette.
Oh God.
See, I used it. I put it in a sentence. I have a dudette friend who's a pretty big player in that space in one of the major companies. So we have a connection, I guess, is the way to put it.
Mm.
So what are your thoughts?
So, well, okay, so I'm just going to read this because it was a good explanation of the difference. I wanted to know and explain the difference between CBD and hemp because hemp's been around for a long time, but now the big buzzword and the big movement is with all the CBD oils. So, um, okay, well, I'll just start from here. Actually, the cannabis sativa is the botanical name for the plant. So, and then there's multiple strains of this plant. So, one of those strains, so there's different plant types. So, there we go. So, one of the strains of that plant is an industrial hemp, which is where you get the hemp and the CBD oil. And then there's the marijuana plant. These are all different plants, but come from the same family. So, that makes sense. So, there you go. They're from different sources of that type of plant.
How do you know the difference?
Well, we wouldn't, but the people that are growing them do, and that's what it talks about
Those
next.
dudes?
Those dudes, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if they're yeah. Anyway, so the hemp naturally produces higher levels of the cannabinoids, the CBD, and low levels of the THC. The THC is what makes
That's
you
like the drug,
high.
right?
Yeah,
That's like
that's
the
the
drug.
drug. Um, So let's see. Marijuana plants are exactly the opposite, where they produce high levels of the THC and lower levels of the CBD. So those are more the hallucinogenics that are not legal. Um, okay. So
In some
then,
places. In some places they are.
yeah. That's true. That's true. So the hemp oil is commonly sourced from the industrial hemp plant seed, actually the plant seed. Um, let's see what else. The hemp oil is regulated in its production and is tested for the THC and CBD levels. However, it does not contain either of those cannabinoids. Um, so there's none of those. They call it. I call it like the psychedelics.
So
There
how
was.
do you regulate the farms?
It's regulated.
How? If you don't know, do people
Well,
do
there's.
people go out there and test it? Is
Yeah,
that what you do?
yeah, and these it says that there are tests that show there are no cannabinoids present in the seeds of the hemp plant.
Ah,
hmm
okay.
So the hemp is actually referred to as a superfood because it has high levels of omegas, vitamins, and other nutrients that can assist with pain and stress due to the natural occurring nutrients.
You used to use a hand lotion with that stuff in it,
Yeah,
didn't
and
you?
we still do the hemp. And it is excellent for hair and the skin because of all those omegas and vitamins. Okay, and then the CBD oil or is a hemp extract. So that makes sense. The CBD oil often times referred to as a hemp extract. Hemp extract is extracted with naturally occurring terpenes. Terpenes?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Flavonoids, cannabinoids, and other beneficial phytonutrients from the hemp plant. It is free from harmful solvents and uses gentle, low temperature, alcohol-free extraction process that yields the purest form of the hemp oil extract or CBD oil available. So that explains it. And that's what I was told too. They come from different plants and the extraction, the way that they're extracted, it makes the difference. And the CBD oil is used more for pain, stress, anxiety, sleep, and reducing inflammation.
So what would be the benefit of putting it in any of the hair products that you
Okay.
manufacture,
So the
if any?
yeah. So here we go. The product that I tested and reviewed is it's by Emira, and it is a scalp. The one that I used was a scalp treatment. So it's used for dry scalp.
Mm-hmm.
So it deeply conditions, it calms the scalp, it encourages healthy hair growth, increases the hair diameter, it softens the hair, strengthens the hair, and protects from environmental stresses. Their product is actually 100% vegan, cruelty free, sulfate free, paraben free, phthalate free, PETA approved. So it's a nice naturally derived product. And they have a whole line of products. There's shampoos, there's conditioners, but I just was using the scalp treatment because we've had a lot of people with, including myself lately, with dry, itchy scalp.
Did you try putting it on that spot you've got?
I did, yeah, and it works great. And that's why I wanted to talk about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Melanie had a spot on the back of her, I don't know, back of your head, really, I guess you could call it,
Yeah.
that we thought was allergies because it's kind of we get down here in South Florida we get weird allergy seasons, and now is kind of one where they really kick up. Something
Yeah,
blooms. I don't
allergies
know.
have been really
Really
bad.
bad.
And so,
Everybody in this studio right here tonight is been dealing with it.
yep. So, yeah, and I have it the worst where you a lot of times do in the nape of the head here. So from like the occipital bone down, and I see that a lot on people that have like psoriasis and different dermatitis conditions. A lot of times it's bad in that area. So anyway, but mine I think was allergy related and also a detox related. So, but the CBD, this scalp treatment really helped. It also has It has the hemp in it. It has the avocado, sunflower, lemongrass, and menthol. It has a minty combination of ingredients, so that helps to soothe it. All those ingredients help to soothe and moisturize. So it really was very helpful, and so that's why I wanted to share that because we've had that question come up a lot.
Hmm.
hmm So I liked it absolutely. So their CBD again is non. Oh, here's the word that they call it: psychoactive, a non-psychoactive compound. It reduces dry hair condition. The hemp gives brilliant shine to the hair because of the essential fatty acids. The avocados, of course, are really rejuvenating and moisturizing. And then that combination of chamomile, peppermint, green tea is soothing and a good antioxidant blend.
Mm.
Yeah, so definitely a thumbs up for
Okay.
that product.
What was the name again?
Emira,
How do you spell it?
Emera.
Emira. Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay. You can find it online?
Yeah, you can. I actually, yep, they have a website, and so it's a good deal. I like it.
Good. Wonderful.
We use that in the salon as a treatment. We sell the product and we use it as a scalp treatment.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. All right, let's go through the rest of the acronyms. It's such a hard word when you look at it. You see it up on the board there.
I don't find it hard.
Acronymen.
Acronyms.
Acronym.
It's not hard.
There's some words that's on my list of hard words.
You know what?
You know how long it took me to remember? I was probably in my 20s before I could write the word schedule right every time.
You're kidding.
No, I just
You
there
have
was
easy
something.
words.
It's just something wrong. I know, and I can write the craziest chemical names and stuff. Think nothing of it. Anyway,
That's funny.
that makes no sense. Story of my life makes no sense.
You
All
know
right.
what my word is? One of my
Yes,
words.
I know which one it is.
It's a fun fact.
It's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact for tonight. We haven't done one in a while.
We do it every
Melanie's most difficult world.
Oh my gosh.
Melanie's
Yeah.
most Melanie's most difficult word to pronounce is.
You can pronounce any
And
of the
you'll laugh
words.
if I could pronounce the words leading up to it. Entrepreneur. Can't do it, right? You want to try it?
No.
See? But it's not. Like I said, everybody's got their
I don't
words.
even want to try to spell it.
No. Right, because it doesn't look like it sounds at all. All
I'll
right.
just go with business owner, CEO,
Yeah,
all
whatever.
those other words. Yes.
Let's go. Let's go on. Breakage. When it's relating to curly hair, can you describe breakage and how curly hair people would get it and why and what they can do about it? What would cause it?
Well, is caused from stress on the hair. So whether that comes from just environmental stress or, improperly combing or brushing through the hair, um, coloring, highlighting, relaxing, chemical treatments that are harsh and not done properly, or overlapping. A lot of people, we've talked about this before, where highlighting, people want to be blonde, they have dark hair.
Hmm.
Does it damage the hair? Yeah, it absolutely does. Well, then why do people do it? Because they want it. They want that look. And I explain that to people, and some people change their mind and say, no, forget it, I don't want to go that route. And some people just say, yeah, whatever, and they don't care. They'll deal with it, and try to recondition after. But those are typically the reasons why you would get breakage.
Okay. All right. Fatty alcohol or fatty alcohols. Do you want to talk about those? What are they and where you find them and what they do?
Well, yeah, because there's confusion
There's
about
lots
that.
of confusion about alcohols and fatty alcohols.
Yeah. What's that screeching?
Car
Um,
car doing a burnout out in the street.
oh, wow. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so fatty alcohols are used, they're humectants, they're conditioning agents. They are moisturizing to the hair. So, um, you know, that's confusing for people. But that's what they are and that's what they do. So, I don't know. Cetyl alcohol, I don't have a whole list of them. There's
Hmm.
I can
But
look.
in
I
other
think,
words, they're good alcohols,
yeah,
is what
those are
they
good
are.
alcohols. Let me look.
Okay.
I think she's got them listed in here. Let me quick look
Yeah.
off the top of my
Melanie's
head.
got in front of her, she's got the
Yeah,
book, The Curl Revolution by Michelle Breyer, who is the founder of naturallycurly.com.
yeah,
And if you are interested in buying that, you can actually find it on our website at rawhairorganics.com in the curl section.
yep. So,
It's cheaper than it is on Amazon, actually.
she's got them listed here: laurel, cetal, mm, myristal, sterile, and satirol, and bihenol. Sorry, I'm trying to read without my glasses. But yes, those are the ones
They're
that are
two
the.
inches from your fingers.
I know. I figured I'd just squint and get through
The
it
story of
all.
my life. I
Yeah.
don't either. I do the
But
same thing.
yes, those are the fatty alcohols that are more emollients and humectants that are going to be more moisturizing
Yeah.
conditioning agents for the
Right.
hair.
So don't be afraid of those if you're a label reader and you run across those. Don't be afraid because they're actually conditioning fats. They're not drying alcohols.
The ones that, I mean, the isopropyl is like rubbing alcohol. That's, one that you have to, be concerned about.
Hmm.
That's one that you definitely need to know. And what's the name for another like bad alcohol besides isopropyl? Can you think of off the top of your head? That's the one that
Trying to think of what would be a real common one.
yeah, that's the most common one. I don't,
Propylene glycol is typical.
no, no, that's not. That's not.
It's got alcohol in it. They use it for antifreeze.
Okay, so she doesn't have those listed. I do have them listed somewhere, but anyway,
I know where they are.
the big
They're
one is
just not here.
isopropyl. Or if it just says alcohol, then that's usually a red flag.
Okay. Glycerin. We'll do that next. Glycerin. It's a water-soluble alcohol, but it's conditioning and it's effective as a moisturizer and a humectant.
And
Um,
yeah, humectants draw
yeah.
moisture into the hair.
Yeah. Henna. Would you like to describe what henna is, Melanie?
Henna is a base plant, a plant-based color. So that's going to be definitely your most natural hair color. It's a stain, but it usually has metallic salts in it. So that makes it typically not compatible with traditional oxidative hair colors, which is normally what's used in the salon. So, but that's what henna is. It comes from a plant. It stains the hair, can color it. It is natural. It is conditioning, but I don't love it. You can still have a reaction to that. People, it's used like for tattooing. Um, so there are people that have allergies still to that kind of color, but a lot of times it's very orangey.
Hmm.
It has very orangey undertones, and it doesn't get lifted out of the hair or like I say, use the word oxidize, which means that it lightens or gradually, comes out of the hair. It just grows. It has to grow out.
Hmm. Do you do henna hair color treatments in your organic salon?
No.
Do not. Okay. Let's see next. Parabens. Parabens are a preservative that are used in a lot of different hair products and cosmetics. Studies have shown that every breast cancer tumor that's biopsied is found to have parabens in them. However, and I'm going to give I'm going to give this due diligence here. However, Melanie and I in the past have had some very spirited arguments and discussions with at least one pretty well-known chemist in the beauty industry, and he claims uh, absolutely parabens, scare tactic, not an issue, and and this is a guy that works with that stuff every single day. He swears up and down, um, fabricated.
Mm,
That being said,
I don't agree.
we don't agree with that. But that's okay. I mean, everybody can have their own, argument or discussion about it and whatever. There seems to be proof on both sides, and it reminds me, believe it or not, it kind of reminds me of you see the arguments about people who believe in climate change and or man-made climate change and people who don't believe in man-made climate change, and it's really really spirited, and there's a really dark line drawn between the two lines of thought. Um, for us, manufacturing natural and organic hair products and beauty products and well, not cosmetics, skincare products and stuff. Um, for me, and this is just me. This probably isn't Melanie, but this is me. Um, I look at it this way. I'd much rather err on the side of caution, especially when it's something that's not a significant cost factor. You know, um, so everything that we manufacture, no parabens, says it on the label, um, and it's going to be that way.
Well, yeah, because
But they're,
parabens mimic estrogen. And so look at all the breast cancers there are. And,
yeah,
it would be easy to use a paraben because, it is difficult to keep organic products stabilized. And so it's a preservative. And
yep,
we've gone through that.
oh
We're
yeah,
going through it now. There's been some people that have,
yep,
said they had a gel that went bad. It happens because we don't use those preservatives in our products.
right.
So, how easy would it be to throw something like that in there? But I just, wouldn't do
But
that
then
because
there's
I don't.
then there's an integrity issue, and I'm not going down that
Yeah,
route.
I
It's not.
totally disagree with that person
Yeah.
because look at all the breast cancers there are, and parabens are in baby products and all kinds of things that we slather on our bodies from infants and on up. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's not the one, maybe not the only factor that would cause breast cancer, but it certainly is a proponent. I truly believe that. And if you can avoid it, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and that's what we like I described. That's why we do what we do, and it is what it is. But there are, like I said, there's I'll call them zealots. There's zealots on both sides. It's a very spirited discussion. So,
Well, I
porosity,
know a lot of people that have had breast cancer and they've tested to have
sure,
parabens. So
sure. Porosity. Would you like to describe porosity, Melanie? What's porosity?
porosity. Well, didn't we do this one last week?
Nope, it's on my. It's
Hmm.
the last one on my today list.
Okay. Well,
Good question, though. I should
yeah,
probably
I
look.
think we did,
Well,
but
why don't you go over it while I
I'll do
look?
it again. So yeah, I know we did. I'm positive
Keep going.
because we talked about the float test.
Keep talking.
So porosity is the hair's ability to absorb water. So it is the health of the hair. I consider it. So what whether the cuticles are flat and closed or open, affects the level of porosity. The damage to the hair, the cuticle, affects the level of porosity. So that all is affecting whether it can absorb and hold on to water or not. And the hair needs water because it's made, that helps to moisturize it. So.
Hmm. Okay.
You can't find it.
I could be wrong, but I didn't find it in my
You
notes from
are
last
wrong.
week.
You are wrong. I
All I
am 100% sure.
all I do is go off my notes.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Rhett,
All right.
because we went over the
Okay, great.
porosity test.
Well,
There's,
well,
and
now no one has any excuse to not know
mm,
because you
mm,
heard it twice,
okay.
two shows in a row.
Yep.
All right. Okay, you got to ask me
Well,
anything question first. You ready?
no, I wasn't done. You're
Uh,
interrupting me.
all right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hmm.
Sorry. I said I
After
was
you were
sorry.
wrong, then you're
I
rude.
said I was sorry.
So, there are different ways to test for porosity in the hair, and I had mentioned that a lot of times you can tell just by looking at the hair, but because you can see if you have those, you'll usually find that it's more porous on the ends, and that's where we see those split ends where it's really like open and shattered. Rather than it's similar to like a pine cone, and if you look at a pine cone, it can be like closed tightly, or it can be those little like shingles on it can be open and rough. So, but there's two tests that people go by basically for porosity, and I like the stretch test, and that's taking a strand of hair and wetting it, and then stretching it to see if it stretches and bounces back, that's healthy. If it stretches and snaps, that means it's high porosity, and if it won't stretch at all, that means it's low porosity. And there's also a float test. So if the hair um, sinks, if it doesn't float, if you put it in a glass of water and it sinks, then that is high porosity. And if it floats, then it's low porosity.
Okay. All right. Thank you for reiterating that thought 2 weeks in a row. So do you want me to mix in your Ask Me Anything questions, or do you want me to ask you all your Ask Me Anythings at one time?
Mix it in with what?
I'll mix it with regular curl questions because we're going to do curl questions next. We're going to knock out a few.
I think
We
mix
still
it
got a little
in.
time. Okay. Melanie, how was the Toby Mac concert?
Oh, that's another fun fact. It was awesome.
Good.
Oh my gosh. Talk about high energy. Yeah, it was a good show, and I mean, he can't be that much younger than us, but
Mm-mm.
I mean, is that what does he drink like a six pack of Red Bull or what?
I
I
don't know.
mean, oh my God. I lots of energy. It was
There
awesome.
was a pause of about 20 seconds where nothing was happening and all the lights were off, and then he came back on and he said, I had to take a
He
breather.
had to catch his breath.
He said, I had to catch my breath. I'm sorry.
But
But I could see why, and that's why it was funny. I think everybody laughed.
yeah, it was like,
You could like
wow.
totally see it. Like, ooh,
Yeah, it was awesome.
that's a job, man.
Yeah.
Well, good. All right. Melanie, lately I've seen many posts in the Facebook groups about root touch up products to cover up grays or spots where hair thin and the scalp shows through.
Mm.
It should be where hair is thin and the scalp shows through.
Mm.
I know these products aren't Curly Girl approved, but I was wondering what your thoughts are on them. How can you tell if one product is better than the others?
These products are safe. I don't consider them to be a problem because they're just temporary colors. So they're usually a powder or a spray, um, and they're just, yeah, either, used to camouflage your gray hairs in between color.
What gray hairs?
Yeah, well,
Your gray
you
hairs.
just got, you just
I
got
don't have any.
color
Hey, for
yesterday.
those of you watching on video, did you see I got a haircut? It's much shorter, and I actually like it. When you told me you were going to cut it short, I'm like, I was kind of liking the length, but I'm like, I'm actually liking
I didn't
this.
tell you I was going to cut it short. I said I
Well,
did
after
cut
you
it
did,
short after
after
I
you
did. I didn't
did,
give you a choice.
right? No, I actually like it. I got a little bit of receding, so it kind of hit it a little bit. So,
Mm,
but anyway, go on.
yes. So,
What grace?
yeah, I think, we have a lot of clients that use them. It's just kind of, if you can, I know people usually put it in right before they go in to have their appointment and get their hair colored. That's the only issue for us as a stylist because then we have to wash it out. Like, I don't like to color over it. So, just FYI, if it's possible, not to put that in like when you're going to the salon to get your hair color, that would be awesome. But whatever. Otherwise, we just wash it out. But yeah, those are safe. They're just temporary. They come out when you wash your hair.
Okay. All right. Another Ask Me Anything. Melanie, what do you like to do when you're not talking about, working with, or teaching all of us about curly hair?
Right.
You like to walk your dog.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Good one.
That was actually another one of the Ask Me Anything questions.
That's like
Are
that's like the
are you
most
gonna
difficult question I've had
right?
ever because yeah. It reminds me of when we first met, and I was just talking about this, and you said, "What do you do to relax?" And I don't really have an answer for that because I don't really relax. I just work and keep going and 100 miles an hour. Now, I don't have the hyper energy like Toby Mac did, and I
No,
used to, but see, that's when I was jacked up on sugar and caffeine. That's why I said, is that
right?
what, a six pack of Red Bull does? But
Probably.
yeah. I have sustainable, organic energy. So I can keep going for a long time, but I don't have those highs, like I call it hyper energy. So I'm kind of even keeled, but I keep going. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of free time activities.
Hmm.
I do
You
like
like
to
to go
walk
to
my dog.
movies?
Yeah, I like to go to movies.
Like to spend time with your dog?
Hmm.
Which was another question. Like I said, everyone was asking lately about when's Murphy Murph coming back to the show.
Oh, I almost brought her tonight. I felt so guilty. I was talking to her before I left, and I thought about bringing her, but I know she was a distraction last time, so I didn't. But I
Yeah, you guys, I don't even think you guys who watch on videos, certainly on podcasts, you didn't see it. Last time we brought her here, I don't know what, she started circling like she was like she was gonna go on our new pot on our new carpet in the studio here, and I'm like, totally distracting, but I think she's just bored.
Yeah, she definitely
If
didn't
you're
have to
not giving her
go.
attention, she's bored.
Yep. So I know I really wanted to bring her tonight because I didn't get to spend much time with her this weekend, I feel like. And
Are you leaving tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to leave tonight to go down to Naples instead of driving in the traffic. Because last week it took me 2 hours to get to work, and I then work a 14-hour day, and so that's a little bit stressful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll bring her. We'll see. We'll give her one more chance.
I'll have a talk with her. She'll be good.
Uh-huh. Yeah. She can be.
She's
But some people
always.
commented that they had missed her squeaking her toy in the
Oh,
background.
I
When we,
know.
she used to
I
do that
know.
when
She's.
we used to do the show in our kitchen. She would do that all the time. She's like perfect quiet all week long. As soon as we go live, grab the squeaky toy every time. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, what is with this
Yep.
dog?
I know. And I swear when I mentioned to her I had to come, I was leaving to come and do the show, she ran over by her toys. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
She wants to be a
Okay.
part of it.
She
She's
does.
excited.
Let's see.
It's her
Hi.
contribution.
All right. Okay. Hi, Ken and Melanie. I have fine curly 2C 3A hair and have been dealing with hair loss for almost 2 years. I've been trying I've been trying Diva Curl No Poo conditioner and foam. My hair is starting to feel dry. Why is this and what can I do?
Hmm.
Well, I'd like to know your age and if it's a hormonal thing,
Mm.
because that's always we see that so much. We
Yeah,
see it
I see that in my own
so
hair.
much. Yeah.
Definitely the change, as you start getting more gray, as your whole body starts to dry up, it affects your hair. Your thyroid's usually thrown off, your hormones
Yeah.
are off. So the hair usually gets less, shiny and it gets more dry. And so, yeah, that's a good question. But, try using a different product. Try doing like a apple cider vinegar rinse first, and you could do that and then try the Diva products again. If it's still not working, then I would try a different product. But definitely not a bad idea, depending on your age, to get some blood work and get your hormones checked and see if your thyroid's a little off. You may need like a collagen supplement or a thyroid supplement. Those things help, or just the hair, skin, and nail supplement is good too.
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed a big difference since we started taking the powder collagen.
Powdered collagen.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, we're at 35 minutes, Rhett.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll put that in the Raw Organics nutritional supplement line.
Mm.
Might do that. So, oh, and I'll put that out there. I'll put that out there too. A lot of you people have been asking about when that Hopeless Diagnosis podcast starts. We recorded a couple of days ago. We recorded the first little intro thing, and then tonight, Rhett and I did we recorded before the show here tonight, we recorded the first episode. And so that will be available in podcast form only. You just be able to search it as the Hopeless Diagnosis Podcast. When do you think, Rhett, that'll be up if you had to guess? I said Friday. That's March 1st. That's the big Rawganics hard launch.
Mm.
www.rawganx.com. And well, they're a sponsor as well as Raw Curls at rawhairorganics.com. I forgot to mention my sponsors. Gosh. All right. Okay, let's do a three-part question and then we'll wrap it up. All right, Melanie, after highlighting,
Mm.
one, do I need to strip my hair to remove any residue?
No.
No. I'll write that down.
Your hair's already been stripped with the bleach.
Okay. Number two. Well, number two doesn't count because she said, if yes, how many? No. How many days do I? Okay. Let's see. She wanted to know how many days she needs to wait before doing so. It's three. And three, what products would you recommend for highlighting?
Mm. Well, there's so many out there. We use one again that is ammonia free. So, it depends on it's going to depend. Are you highlighting yourself?
I don't know.
Yeah. So typically you're going to get whatever your salon uses, but there's basically two types of bleach. So, well, they come in powder form and in a cream form. So, which usually has more oil in it. So if you're looking for something a little gentler, that could be the way to go. But also, they come with ammonia and different
Mm-hmm.
ingredients, non-ammonia. So we like to use the ones without the ammonia because it just gives that extra added harshness to it, I'll just say.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like it affects the integrity of the hair a little bit more. It's more aggressive. Um, but there's some good ones out there that also now they have products that are infused in the bleaches that are like similar to oh my gosh, it's my mind is going. The reconstructive
Like Olaplex?
Olaplex, thank you. So,
A bond reconstructor.
yes, they have bond reconstructors in them. So there's some lighteners like that now. And the only ones I found have ammonia in them, so I haven't been able to use them. Like Schwarzkopf has one that's looks really nice, but because it has ammonia, it gives off those fumes in the salon, so I wouldn't use that. But yeah, there's some that have the bond reconstructors in them.
Interesting.
Yeah, so those
Um,
are supposed to be pretty cool.
okay. You know what? I'm going to give you guys a bonus. This is our encore, right?
Mm.
Like Toby Mac. This is our encore. I'm going to give you three more questions tonight, three more quick ones for you. I swear I'll hurry up, Rhett. Okay, Melanie, how much does a curly cut cost at your salon? I'm trying to choose a salon and I don't know what a fair price is.
Okay. Well, at my salon, with me, it's 150. With the girls, it's 75.
Okay, so it's 150 for you and 75 if one of the other stylists does
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay. All right. Okay. Melanie, what I don't just so you guys know, I don't preview these other than to make sure they print out right. But I'm going to ask you anyway cuz I already started.
Okay.
This is kind of an ask me anything, but it's also curl related, so
I
it's a little both. You
I
ready?
keep looking at this picture and it just cracks me up every time I see it because it looks like the guy from Queens.
Roger Taylor.
Yes.
All right.
He was on the Oscars last night and I just
Uh,
I flipped it on. I watched a
right.
little bit of it, but yeah, doesn't his hair look like that but gray?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Anyway, it's just funny.
Okay, Melanie, what is your color formula that you use on your curls? I love that color. And what color line is it?
Why is that funny?
She wants to know all your secrets.
This is my natural color. I don't color my hair.
Okay, so that's that.
No, I can tell you. I kind of switch depending, but typically we use Away. So that's what I have in the salon. If I can get my hair colored in the salon, I use Away. So that's mostly what is put on my hair, and the formula is half 7N and a half 734, which is a golden copper.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Now you know our secrets. Okay, last one. I swear this is the last one. We're done. I can hear Rhett hacking in the background. We better
Yep.
stop so you can get out of here. All right, Melanie, have you ever thought about cutting your curls into a bob or something? And how often do you get clients at your salon that want to cut all their curly length off? Good question.
Yeah, funny because I was just talking about that last week because I did a bunch of like big chops. I cut off, I posted those pictures. One of my clients, we cut off about 10 inches of her hair and it looks so
I
cute.
saw that. Yep,
Yeah,
it
she
did.
had me blow it out. A lot of times, and I was explaining this to you, and I know people get upset when we post pictures of straight hair, but people like to have the options, and a lot of times uh, when they come in the salon, they're like, "Well, I would like you to blow it out so I can see what it looks like that way," because they already know how to style it curly, or that's easier for them to style it curly. So, they want to see what it would look like blown out. So, anyway, we've had a lot of that lately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, the way that we cut hair, you can wear it straight or curly, so that's really awesome. Yes, so I have thought about cutting my hair because I did have it shorter for a long time, and sometimes, the length can drive me crazy because it gets stuck in everything while I'm working on the other people's hair. Sometimes it gets caught in the brush or the blow dryer or the broom even when I'm sweeping hair, so it can be a little annoying or anything I pick up. But I do get my best curl with it longer because I have a longer curl. My spiral it starts, further down. So if I cut my hair shorter, some people wonder, is it going to be curly or no? It's actually less curly. It just becomes more wavy. So I'm not ready to do that yet, but it definitely is in the back of my mind. And also like these little my little dangles in the front. They're not really bangs, but my little pieces I've thought about cutting shorter too because I have um, just shorter gray hairs that don't seem to grow very long and they poke me in the eyes and that's super annoying. So I thought about cutting them short, but I haven't done that yet. And what was the other thing? Do clients
Yeah, do clients ever come into the salon that want all their curly length cut
Yeah, we've
off?
had a lot of that lately, like I said. So, and even like I did some fun, really fine hair, shorter curly cuts, so that was fun because and a couple people that were really thinning, and that helps a lot to bulk the hair up and make it look thicker and fill in those thinning areas. So, gosh, and that one lady's hair was so fine, and she was concerned, but I'm like, no, no, it's gonna be great, and we cut it short, and it was so cute and it made it look a lot thicker. And so, yeah, people have been lately cutting a lot of length off, and it's kind of freeing and fun. So, and it'll grow back, if you choose to do something different again, you can grow it out. But it's
Hmm.
fun. Yeah,
Cool.
I've thought about it a lot.
Cool. Okay. All right. That's it. Let's wrap it up. All right. We'll see you guys next week. We may have a guest. We may not. We're not sure yet. Remember Friday, if you're interested in the Hopeless Diagnosis podcast, you can check that out 5:30 a.m. Roughly this coming Friday, wherever you listen to podcasts, and you'll get to hear the entire story about how all this started. And I
Mm.
guarantee you, once you start listening to the first few episodes, it will be your favorite because it's one hell of a story.
It'll be your favorite. This is our favorite.
All right, it'll be your second favorite, but it's one hell of a story. And yeah, every time I think about it, it's really weird to think about. Man, we actually lived it. It's just so crazy when you think about it.
Hmm.
Whenever you know what, it's all these years have went by, and I went so long about without talking about it. Really. And when I now that I've started like really talking about the details of it, I do. It really takes me back. I mean, I'm like, I stop myself. I'm like, my God, that actually happened. That actually really happened. It's like, and it happened to us. It's not like somebody else.
Mm.
You'll love it. It's really, it's crazy. You'll be inviting your friends, and
Yeah.
it's all true. It's the worst part.
We were just talking about the fundraisers because, you actually start to forget some of it. I know people ask me a lot of
Yeah,
detailed questions, and sometimes I can't remember.
yeah. I found that bin in storage. Thank God. That's
Yeah,
helped a lot. That
but
dug stuff up.
one of my clients just they had a fundraiser and they raised $1 million. I'm like, God, or
How do you
I'm
do
like, how do you do that? Like, I organized 3 fundraisers when Ken was sick. I did it myself, and man, it is so much work. Oh my gosh, it is so much work to do the silent auctions and to get all those items, to do the
that?
advertise, put everything together, then even deliver it's so much work. And we raised like $10,000 each time. I thought that was pretty good, but they sort of like, oh, we raised $1 million,
Like,
or more, and I'm
right,
like, whatever. Yeah. So, but
right.
I think too, it's the cause of what it goes for. That was like for
Yeah, yeah.
kids and stuff.
And
So,
a lot of people don't realize, boy, when you get sick, how quick you burn through all your money.
mm,
Quick.
mhm,
Yeah. I like if I remember right, 10 grand probably wouldn't even get us a week. Maybe a week.
mm.
It was a
It
lot.
depends on what you're
Depend.
talking about. Like the supplements you were taking
Yeah.
were $5,000 a
A
month.
month, just that. Yeah. It
Yeah, but
was
then
a
if you're
lot.
talking about the medical portion, no, that wouldn't even get you. I mean,
It wouldn't even get you a week.
that one pill they prescribed was a thousand
Thousand a
dollars a
dose.
pill.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. But anyway, you'll get to hear all of it, but
Goody goody.
you're gonna have to hang out. What?
I said, oh goody goody.
Oh, goody, goody. At least you don't have to tell it. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks
Thank you for
for
joining
being here.
us.
We'll see you for episode 109. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we won't. I'm trying to lock that up now. But hopefully we will, and we'll be doing live Q&A. So we'll
Have a
see you
great
then.
curly week.
Have a great curl week.